What is up, everybody? Welcome to Hellbent Holler Live. My name is Jesse Doyle. This is Joe Doyle. Let us know you can see us and hear us, and we will get started.
Definitely let us know that you can hear us.
We had tons of problems with audio trying to set this up.
So just somebody tell us that you can hear us. You can hear what we're saying.
And we'll get it going. All right, I'll go to the chat, make sure all that works.
5 by 5. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, we hooked up. We use the same stuff. We've said this before. We use the same equipment for like field investigations that we use to stream right now. Same camera, same everything. So we're constantly taking it down, taking it in the woods, bringing it back, building the studio back together.
And we have to use completely different settings for streaming and for going out and investigating and filming our investigations.
And usually it works out okay, but then tonight we had no damn sound. And I'm just going, how much of this is like my own incompetence and how much of this is just that weird gremlin hitchhiker effect trickster stuff where just nothing ever works? I don't know.
Yeah, it turns out the unplug and plug back in was the ultimate
Literally,
solution.
we unplugged it and then plugged it back in and it worked fine. So
all right, welcome to Hellbent Holler Live. As I said before, my name is Jesse. This is Joe. This is our weekly show. We do every Monday at 7:30 p.m. And today is a very special edition. We get to hang out with our Hellbenders tonight, and we're going to do open lines. It's our 100th live stream, our 100th live episode of this discussion format that we've put together here. Now that does not include our specials that we've done, but in terms of numbered episodes, we're at the big hundo right now.
Big hundo.
So today what we're going to do is we are going to do open lines where I'm going to give y'all the link and you guys can come on here. Let's try to keep it, sub 5 minutes?
Yeah, what we were talking about doing maybe is this has been 100 Monday night live streams. We've done various, like I said, Jesse said, various live streams from like on location. We've done various live streams when we're out on investigations. But as far as the Monday night goes, this is the 100th time that we've all gathered here and just kind of shared a kind of an informal Monday night. And like we've talked about in the past, when Jesse first broached the idea about doing a Monday night show, I was just like, hell no, not at all.
No way.
No, not in the slightest. And, because we don't have time to line up guests every week, and B, topical, you talk about topics, I'm going to talk about Bigfoot every week. I'm going to sound like a broken record. And she was just like, oh, we'll just get on there and we'll just, just kind of interact with people. And I'm just going, we're not going to have anything to talk about. And boy, have we had things to talk about.
We've had plenty to talk about. We've had a lot to talk about.
And this ended up being the highlight of our week. And quite honestly, I think this Monday night show is kind of what started to gather this very weird, small, kind of very special like community together. And when I say that, that's not even like the trite thing of going, how like when you're at work and they're going, this isn't a job, this is family. Well, yeah, but they'll fire your ass in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? This is such a weird little awesome community as far as like the exchange of ideas.
Yep.
It's just really awesome. This ended up being the best thing we ever did.
It's been nice to palaver with the audience. It's been nice to get to know everybody. It's been fun to have our inside jokes over this period of time. It's been a blast. So we're going to put that link out there. I think we're going to send it out to a couple different avenues first,
Yeah.
and then we'll go to general after that. Do you want me to go ahead and put
Well,
it
we'll,
here?
we'll cover some stuff here real quick. And what we were
Okay.
thinking about doing is just, it's obviously we're coming up on the end of the year. We hit 100 episodes. It's the holidays. It's the holler days. And we were just wondering what some people's best like memories and moments were of the show, whether it's the Monday night show, the investigations. I mean, it's just cool. And when we get a chance to meet people face to face, and they're always just like, "Do you know what I love about your show?" And I'm going, what do you like about it? Please tell me. Feed into my ego. Tell me how great I am." And various people have things that just meant a lot to them, or they found really funny, or really cool, or really interesting, and that varies a great deal from person to person.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we just kind of wanted to do that, kind of like hear what some of people's best moments were. Whether it's a Monday night show or like a field investigation video. We've got a lot of stuff going on right now. We've got a really weird active area that we'll
kind of talk about through this episode, maybe just a little bit. We've got a lot of stuff to share. We're going to have a whole series from this area. And I know we've been talking about getting
if it dies right now, the activity dies right now, we've got a whole series.
We've already got a whole series.
We went out there. We were planning on being out there one day, and we ended up being out there 5 days now.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, but we'll have the first one of those videos out on Wednesday. And that will be our first scouting mission of the area.
Mhm.
And it's been quite a crazy tale from that point up until where we are now with that investigation. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. So that's going to be coming out Wednesday. You guys can check that out. That'll be the first of many in this series from this area. And it's got such a strange origin story attached with it that we can't wait to start the discussion on these. So next Monday night, we'll begin these discussions on this particular area. So
EDP goes, how do you even find these areas? Seems like you're batting 1,000.
We are not batting 1,000.
We are not batting 1,000.
We are not.
There was a lag between the last investigation video that we released was on Halloween. And part of that is we had to get ready for CryptidCon. Part of it too was we went to a few areas and nothing happened. Like literally nothing happened. And we've discussed that in the past where we can just do a show of us walking around in the woods for a little while. But
I feel like anybody that's not a hardcore fan or a viewer of the, channel would be like, these are the most boring people I've ever seen. What do? Just wander through the woods? There's no Bigfoot.
Part of it is that we have a high threshold for like weird stuff now. And we have a high threshold for like fear in the woods. Do you know what I'm saying? So if we're in like a regular patch of woods at night, we're literally just going and nothing's going on. We're like, man, this is so peaceful. I could just take a nap here right now. And nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants us to talk about how just calm it all is. So we're not batting 1,000. It's been very, very quiet. We did a couple of members live streams from an area, and we did have some activity there in those members live streams. And we started to hone in on that area. And then we got an email. We get a few emails, and we get quite a few emails. It's hard for us to kind of maintain it and respond and keep up with it.
But sometimes one comes through that you can't help but notice.
Well, because of the proximity to us. If somebody gets in touch with us, letting us know about crazy activity going on in Oklahoma,
there's nothing we can do.
Nothing I can go. I can't, I mean, we're in the Carolinas, you know what I'm saying? We both work in addition to doing this. So we would have to, there's planning for like these longer expeditions that are away from home like that. But when we get ones that are close by, and especially ones that are just unlike anything else we've ever heard, we go into it and we look into it, especially when it's near an area that we know ourselves we've experienced activity in.
Yep.
So
I just want to hop in here really quick and say thank you, Oki, for that $5 super sticker. And following close on his heels right there with that is also Curtis Whitaker. Coming in hot.
Coming in hot as usual. $20 at the beginning. We appreciate
coming in hot. But yeah, so whenever you want to do that,
we'll do that. So we've had
Oh, and I've got some other stuff here.
bewildering array of activity in this one area. It's confusing. It's weird.
And last night was pretty terrifying.
Last night was pretty rough. We ended up going back in because I'm not going to say we didn't get chased out. We chose to leave one area, but we chose to leave one area because the sounds we were hearing were starting to encircle us. And we were like, we need to get out of here and get into an area with more visibility. This is not the right area for us to get circled in. These noises are getting extremely close and we can't see. We're in like a very thick thatch of pine where literally you've got maybe 2 feet of visibility at certain points. So we came back in last night and it was different, but equally frightening on a lot of different levels. And I know I'm being like particularly vague right now. Part of it is I'm still processing it.
Yeah.
Part of it is I don't even know how to present some of this stuff.
Well,
you know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
don't think that it's going to make sense until you guys see some of the stuff that has gone on through this investigation, through this period of time. And we're not done with it yet. We are kind of just getting started with this overall case. But so far it has us pretty flipped out.
And again, I don't even know how to present it without people just going, well, this doesn't make any damn sense. And this sounds crazy because we're there and it doesn't make any sense. And it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out a way to kind of present it as something that you can digest. And that's something that you just kind of go, wow, that area has a lot of seemingly unrelated activity going on all at once. How strange, other than us just sounding like crazy people bouncing from thing to thing to thing.
Yeah.
I always use that analogy. You know, it's always sunny in Philadelphia. And Charlie's got his map in the basement with the red thread.
That's like the top meme of like the past 5 years.
But that's kind of what it's like. It's like this. We're just trying to connect these dots, and I'm going, I don't see any connection here, but it's all happening in the same place. This is crazy talk, so we'll get it eventually. Mark, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Joey, you're already doing a good job. Jesse, you're doing good also.
I'm trying to get everything organized over here. Yeah. Oh, and I have another one too. I kind of wanted to touch on this because this has been kind of the topic of the past couple of weeks as well. Not that Jared came on here and said, greetings all, Jesse and Joe. Congrats on 100 episodes. Got my merch today. Christmas came early. A few people have gotten their merch. If you could give us some feedback on that and let us know what you think about everything, how the merch is, the quality on everything. We just want a little feedback on it. If you ordered something, we just kind of want to know how it is and how everything came out. Make sure you got everything. Because this merch launch was kind of a
giant pain in the butt.
Chaos zone. I think everything's a chaos zone with us, and I think that's just normal.
And I don't know, again, like I mentioned earlier, for this one, I don't know if it's like hitchhiker trickster stuff or just corporate incompetence that we're dealing with. So
corporate hitchhiker.
Corporate hitchhiker.
I think it's probably both. I think it's a little bit of both. And I tell Joe all the time, it's like, why is it every time we try to do something that should be insanely simple, it always turns into the Murphy's Law situation of everything. Yeah. So
I put the link for the merch shop if anybody's looking for it. Stitch Witch did do the hats. We sold out of hats. Stitch Witch is backed up until after the first.
So it's going to be after Christmas before we have more of these hats.
But we've also got to figure out a way that we can ship it because that's what we were running into. We were running problems with shipping.
But it looks like we might have the kinks worked out on that. So we will see. We will see.
Yeah. So shirts and hats, but we do have like other stuff on there. We've got different shirts. It's apparently pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody seems to be happy with it so far. So but again, it's not really, I think it's priced pretty well. We're not really making anything off of it. I think we made like $2 off like a $48 order there before, but
but everybody asked for
so if you order a lot. Order a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta kit yourself out. So we'll go ahead and get into this right now because I think we got somebody already waiting in the wings right now for this. Today, what we are doing, Miranda Crew, congrats on your 100th episode. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all the Hellbenders. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
100 episodes, man.
100 episodes.
That's a lot.
So tonight, to celebrate 100 episodes, we are doing open lines. That was always one of our favorite things that Art Bell would do is
Open line.
Open line. The lines are
East
open.
of the Rockies.
East
You
of the
were on the
Rockies.
air,
So we are starting to disseminate the link for the open lines just to kind of keep a little order to this. And you can come on here and let's chit chat. We've never done this before, so don't say anything that's gonna get us thrown off.
Yeah, don't get us kicked off. Don't get us demonetized. Don't get us like kicked off the platform. We already have a hard time with that anyway.
Yeah.
Especially now, because we do touch upon some UAP and UFO stuff.
Yeah.
And they are knocking people off
That's apparently a
platforms
sensitive subject.
everywhere. So please don't get us kicked off. And like I said, we'll try to keep it a little we'll let it, like I said, we'll go into it with guidelines, but then as usual, we'll probably not follow them. And that's the whole
that's okay. All right. So first up on the queue, I hope he is ready. Give us a thumbs up if you're ready. I can see you in the backstage there. You ready? All right, sweet. First up is our buddy Grizz. Let's see what he has to say as he joins us for the Hellbent Holler 100 episode Open Lines. What's up, my friend?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We can hear you and see you. This is we're already off to a good start. Hell yeah.
It's a start.
And I got you on the TV behind you, or behind me, but I had to mute it because the audio was off just a little bit.
Oh yeah, we'll echo back if you.
We are watching ourselves. That's meta. That's good. So, so Grizz, what's up, man? What has been your favorite thing about Hellbent Holler the past, like, either alive, the investigations?
I mean, well, okay. First of all, meeting y'all was awesome when we met y'all at the Tennessee Wildman Conference a couple of years ago. That was pretty cool. But I've just been really a fan ever since I had my own experience, which led me down a rabbit hole, and I found your website about Dogman, and when y'all were doing the LBL experience and all that stuff, and I've been ever since.
Just hooked on it, huh?
Yeah.
I want to say my favorite thing is the decor there behind you. I love your Yule decor.
Yes.
Yeah, Grizz. We got to meet Grizz at Tennessee Wildman 2 Tennessee Wildmans ago, right?
Yeah.
And got to spend some time with him and everything like that. And he told us about the activity that he's experienced in his area, and which was extremely, it raised some eyebrows. I don't want to go into too many details on it and dox you. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
he's got some weird stuff going on around in his immediate area there at that point.
Yeah,
so.
It doesn't ever seem to quit. It'll go on, hot streaks or whatever, but just when you think, oh, I haven't heard or seen anything weird lately, then boom, the next weird thing happens, and that's
the thing, is that I think the stuff is like so much more consistent and prevalent than what a lot of people realize.
And also that trickster element rears its ugly head. This has happened with us several times before, where we're like, okay, nothing's happening, everything's cool, we're good to go. And then all of a sudden, as soon as you feel that way, you start to feel comfortable, you start to feel like it's maybe died down, bam, it just shows right back up.
Well, I've been on Reddit a lot more than usual lately with the UAP stuff going on, because it's worldwide right now. It's happening with such frequency. So there's people on there literally every night going, I just filmed this over my house, blah, blah, blah. And one of the things that I've really seen, like, just repeated so often on there, whether it's on like UAP stuff or Bigfoot stuff or anything like that, is the common refrain that when you go looking for this stuff, sometimes you don't find anything at all. But if you do, it's almost like you get something's attention, and it starts to like increase in your life. And when something, or even if you're not looking for it and you experience something, it's like you shine a little bit brighter to these phenomena than usually, and it just keeps happening to you. And I don't know why that is, but it definitely in your area, talking to you and hearing what you've experienced and everything like that, because you've had different stuff. You've had what you think is portal activity. You've had some strange kills around there. So,
yeah, some strange creature sightings for sure, and they never seem to be the same. So it can't be like, oh, I see a blank, because it's never the same.
And what's weird is that in your area, because you're in a wooded area,
right?
But you're in a wooded area that's surrounded by human development. And it's big. Your area is big, but you would look at it and go, and we've talked about that before. There's no way to have a breeding population of something there.
Correct.
Even if it was traveling, it seems like people would see it on the roadways. So
Absolutely.
it's obvious. So as soon as you start talking about the possible portal activity, I'm like, there it is. That's how this stuff's coming in and out of your area at that point.
Right.
We've got to get there.
Yeah. And it's not. Yeah. I don't want to go too much into it. Kaiju Ninja goes. Have you experienced both cryptid and UFO activity, Grizz?
Not
What
any
you
what I would call a typical UFO thing, no. But weird lights where they were like way off in the woods that were kind of unexplainable. Yes, but I couldn't tell you what they were. So
yeah, they it's and again, you stop me, just go, Joe, shut the hell up. But you've had activity in your area that draws direct parallels to the Beast of Bray Road, what they were reporting.
yeah,
As far as like not roadkill, but like dead animals. You were finding dead animals
right.
in pretty weird states. And then when you were kind of like setting them up to observe them, something was coming back and you weren't able to kind of record it. You know what I'm saying? You've had very direct parallels with Beast of Bray Road. I mean, Beast of Bray Road, they put out roadkill deer staked down with cameras on it, and the deers disappeared.
This was always a step ahead of them.
Always a step ahead, and they don't get anything physical on the cameras when they go to look and see what took this deer. They just get the deer's there 1 second, you get a mist that comes in, and then the deer's gone. So, but then they're also seeing these upright canines everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
and then the camera goes back to working normally when the next, live deer or whatever walks by.
see, that's so weird, man. Yeah, we've got to try to get down there before it gets too warm.
Yeah. Before it gets too busy down there. Too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So try to get down in there, man. So the Dogman stuff is what kind of led you towards Hellbent Holler then. So
It is, yeah, because the cryptid creatures that we have around here were kind of similar in a way, and I'd never really followed up. I'd heard of Dogman, but never really looked into it. And then when I found your channel, one thing leads to another.
yeah, you have a, and again, we'll have to dance around it. So that, you have a recurring legend in your area of a canine type creature. And then with what's being reported nowadays, that kind of is in line with what we see in a lot of areas where you have like modern day activity, and then you look into Cherokee folklore of the area and you go, we're experiencing now what the Cherokee experienced back in the day. Which to me is always just like at that point, it's undeniable. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are not conversant with Cherokee folklore, but yet they're reporting the same thing at that point. So,
yeah. And then I don't know if I told you or not before, but I had some woman randomly stop me at the grocery store and ask me a question that was, like, why would you ask
just
me
out
that?
of nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Have you ever seen a wolf before in this area?" And I'm like, "Why would somebody ask me that?" But yeah, it was weird.
That happens sometimes, man. That happened with us with that guy that was having experiences near the Grove. The guy who was a plumber working at our house we talked about.
And just out of nowhere,
and he's just like, I knew it as soon as I said what we did. And he's like, I just feel like I need to tell you this. And that happens sometimes, man. I mean, sometimes people are just like, I don't know why, but I feel compelled to tell you something that I normally wouldn't tell a friend, let alone a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I talked to you like within the week after that happened. And you were just like, it's just the weirdest thing. This lady stopped me and just and shared this information with me out of the blue. And I'm going, it happens, man. That happens. You just start getting this very prevalent kind of weirdness.
It's like you're putting out a signal in a way.
Weird synchronicities, stuff like that. So it's just so weird.
Rick Tavernier, I was asking, has Grizz ever been to the LBL? I don't think you have you? No. Okay.
No, too far away from Georgia.
It's a haul. It's a haul for us too, man. It is a haul. That's why we don't really go out there, but maybe once a year.
And when we go out, we try to stay like 2 weeks, 10, 14 days, something like that.
I'd love to go, but like you said, it's something you have to plan and really.
Oh yeah.
And we've even thought about trying to have like maybe a gather. I mean, you can't do paid things on public land. You know what I'm saying? They'll get you. You know what I'm saying? There's people that are well known in this community that have got.
But it could be unofficial.
Well, but what we would do is just have like a meetup. You know what I'm saying? Just go, hey, if anybody wants to meet up. But the thing is that there's so many of those going on at the LBL right now.
It's overwhelmed.
It's overran, and it's have to wait for like the all the attention to die down before we ever try to do something like that. So
Yeah.
cool. So all right, my brother. We appreciate you just supporting the channel and doing everything over the past.
On.
You know,
Congratulations on the show. That's awesome.
Thank
Y'all
you, man.
come a long way in the last couple of years.
yeah, it's great. I think everything's definitely over the past like years really kicked into high gear for
Yeah.
us. I had a moment this past weekend where we were fighting something, trying to get something to work, and I was just like, damn, we've gotten pretty good at this. It's not to toot my own horn, but because here's the deal.
You're doing a good job, Joe.
That's what I do. But you know, you do this all the time, and I think that over the past year, we've really hit a stride with a lot of this stuff, and a lot of like the lessons we've learned doing this, and a lot of the stuff that we figured out, and all that's really kind of coming into its own. I think the community's in a good place right now that's surrounding like,
I think we're really queuing up, like teeing everything up for a fantastic and fantastically weird 2025 for sure.
So,
all right.
Well, all right, my brother, we appreciate it. We're going to move on to the next one.
We'll move on to the next one. We'll talk to you later, baby. All right.
All right.
Next up, we got another one queued up here, my friends. We got Bonnie Blue McGee. If she is ready to rock, we finally get to hear the mysterious voice of Bonnie Blue McGee. Bonnie Blue, are you there? Bonnie Blue.
Hold on. Unmute mic.
Wait just a minute. I'm not good at tech at all, so y'all have to bear with me. I'm an old woman.
We got you.
We got you. We can hear you. How you doing, Bonnie?
I'm doing fine. How are y'all?
We're doing great. Doing great.
Doing okay, man. We got on the air tonight, which is a fight every week, but we got on and we're doing good. So Bonnie, what's your favorite thing that's, you know, what's your like little moment that kind of stands out to you over the past, like, you know, 100 episodes or since the channel started? Or
I just absolutely love everything y'all do with STM. I actually found y'all through STM. So that was a big thing for me. But one of the funniest things that I think was when Alex was still promoting his own channel and everything. And so Jesse's trying to help him promote and everything. And she goes, my boy, you know, go check out my boy. And somebody was thinking that Alex was her son. And I was like, wait just a minute.
I think y'all are about the same age.
I think we're about the same age. Yeah.
So check out my boy. JSSTM. That's Small Town Monsters. The Small Town Monster stuff that we did. So yeah, we, you know, it's weird because we kind of got spoiled doing stuff with Small Town Monsters.
Especially going out with Alex.
Yeah, especially going out with Alex. Because again, we get with Alex and we always have to build in extra time now. Because we've learned that when we get with Alex, before we take a step into the woods, we've got to stand there and compare gear to each other. Check this out, man. And that's literally, oh yeah, it's great. And then we get out there and it's just cool being with somebody who does this as much as we do. So you know how to like be quiet when you hear something, you know, you can kind of move through the woods together. Rough terrain's not a problem.
We actually took Alex to the site where Martin had his experience, and he never released the video on that. Neither did we. But it was nice to be, it's a very scary area in the LBL. And it was cool to kind of like go around with somebody I didn't have to worry about in the woods. You know, they can take care of themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's somebody, because, you know, sometimes you get out with people and you have to kind of watch them because, you know, you're going, all right, if something happens, this is what I need you to do. And blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Alex is a known
but you know, Alex, he knows what he's doing and he's 100% okay out there and he can keep up with y'all, which is amazing. So,
oh, yeah. And that's the cool part, man, is that that and then everybody else with them. I mean, like Heather Mosier, you know, Aaron, especially. Aaron's like our dude.
I cannot wait for y'all to get him out in the field. That will be amazing. So, but yeah, Heather's my girl.
Oh yeah, I feel like taking Aaron out is going to be epic. I think Joe just wants to just put a bag over his head, take him out into the woods, and then
just take it off and just, you know. But yeah, because I'd really like we got to know Aaron before he got associated with Small Town Monsters, and we just clicked. He's an insanely intelligent guy. He's probably the best pure researcher out there nowadays, as far as
His
like what you
books are
can
excellent.
research. Just looking historical patterns, everything like that. He's probably the best one out there doing this nowadays. And then he was doing his first Dogman book, and we were able to kind of like contribute it to a little bit. And Aaron's just one of those people that if he messages you going, "Hey man, could you," and I'm just like, whatever you need, man, you know. He's been such a great dude. Heather Moser's probably the smartest person that's involved in this stuff. I always say Heather Moser's got big brain
Yeah.
energy. I don't do a
She
lot of
really
solo
does.
interviews, but the interview I did with her was probably my favorite thing that I've done with somebody else at this point, just because it was just so cool to sit there and talk to somebody who's got a great grasp of the different phenomena that are out there. And like, you know, that just, you can draw parallels between other things, but yeah, we got real spoiled working with STM. I don't know how we'd be able to do it with anybody else. So
I hope y'all get to work with them more in the future because the collaborations are really awesome. So y'all just vibe very well together.
It definitely meshes very well. We
Yeah.
enjoy doing it for
yeah,
sure.
and it's weird because we genuinely like them. I mean, I still text with Seth Breedlove, you know, a couple, you know, maybe not every week, but usually every couple of weeks.
Mhm.
We were talking a bit when the hurricane hit here, and he's, you know, for Seth, you know, Small Town Monsters is probably the biggest thing in this field, and they're just all very approachable. They're very cool. Alex and I text all the time. Aaron and I talk and everything like that. It's just they're just good people in addition to being really good researchers. So it's kind of easy to kind of mesh well with them, you
Yeah.
know. So
Great minds.
yeah, like I said, they're phenomenal people. We absolutely love them at that point.
Yeah. Well,
But and we appreciate
I'm just
you. We
glad they
appreciate
led
you.
me to you.
We appreciate you supporting us and everything.
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
So,
You've been a very fun and welcome addition to the Hellbender crew.
Oh,
It's been-
y'all are so sweet.
Yeah, and you know it's cool because we've been really lucky to build the support network that we've got through all of this, because it allows us
Yeah.
to get in and just kind of like follow this stuff wherever it leads us.
Yep.
So
The people in the chat are awesome too. I mean, you've got like the best people around you. So I just, I have really enjoyed being part of this community.
yeah, it's it's good. It's really good.
And it's growing from here. It's just like a bunch of weirdos. It's definitely a motley crew of weirdos that we've all kind of.
Yeah, and it's so weird because I see other like just YouTube channels, and such a big portion of their comment section is just like negativity. You know what I'm saying? You know, people like just that are just so negative about the phenomenon or what that person's doing. And I'm going, luckily we don't get that. You know, luckily we get, you know, you get that occasional troll, but we don't even entertain it. We're just like going, it takes away from the discussion. And we've been so lucky in having just a bunch of just really cool people kind of stumble across the channel and just mesh and just get it. And, you know, and they're,
Yeah, and
some-
I love that about this because I mean, y'all are bouncing ideas off of us, and you know, we're speculating back and creating theories, and it's awesome give and take. So
Well, I
thank
mean,
you for that.
we hear some of the most innovative and creative things like generally on Monday nights. Jesse's got her little notepad next to her because she'll jot down things that people
Suggest or say. That's
or
interesting.
ideas that people have, theories, anything like that. So it's really, really cool. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys just thank you so much, and y'all just keep up the good work, and you know, I'm here for it. So
We're here for you. Thank you, Bonnie Blue.
We appreciate it.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. That was awesome.
That was good.
Hey, we're
I think
doing-
we still got her on here though, don't you? Oh no, you don't.
Nope,
So
she's off of there. She just have to
Look
get
at-
off of the.
look at me
client.
acting like I know how to work this stuff. So
It's all right. It's his first day here. All right. So we've got another queued up here. This is fun. This is our first time ever doing this. So we're trying to get all the logistics of this worked out, but I think it's working out pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Next up, we've got our buddy, the Way of the Sploot, Sabrina. Are you ready, Sploot? Let's bring you up here, my
So you on
girl.
here, Sploot.
What's
Hey,
up,
guys.
Sploot? Hi.
How's it going?
It's going great. I love hearing everybody's voices for the first
I
time.
know it's pretty neat. So yeah.
Oh, I am so happy to be part of this community. It's so much fun.
It's, it's just fun to kind of find like-minded people, even though we're stretched across the world, that we can all goof off and laugh and then also kind of delve into these mysteries together,
Yeah, yeah. I was actually wearing your bracelet that you sent me this past weekend, like actually the other night. So Sploot it does some great jewelry and sent us some protective stuff that, usually we don't wear protective things because we want the activity to kind of come in on us. But I was wearing it this past weekend. So, we absolutely just appreciate everything you've done for us there. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Very awesome. I've been having a lot of fun. It's totally a hobby for me. So definitely enjoy. Let me know if you need anything.
So Sploot, I always just call you Sploot. Sploot. But what's your favorite thing like about Help and Holler over the past few years? Anything on the Mondays or the investigations? Or?
I have to admire Jessie's superpowers, and Jessie's superpowers to me are her energy level and her ability to jump from 0 to 10 feet in a field investigation.
Oh yeah. I trust me. I know. And what's crazy
Joe's
is
exhausted most of the time because of me.
I'm exhausted most of the time. We were out this weekend and it was much longer than what we anticipated because we were running into some really weird stuff. So just last night, I'm trying to watch behind us as we go. I'm the camera guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm working the camera and trying to try to capture what we're experiencing. But it's so difficult because if I stop to look around and I just look back, she's gone, man. I just see a little pinpoint of light in the distance that I have to then just kind of run and try to keep up to. So trust me, that energy is it's a double-edged sword, let me tell you. So it is a double-edged.
That's Jessie's superpower, man. Nobody can tell me different.
Poc ETB says that my superpower is to find poop in the dark. So
although we did a member stream this past weekend and we found a very large piece of scat. And Jessie did not step in it for once. And I was standing there going, I'll be honest with you, I had the camera ready because I'm going, she's going to step in the scat. I know she's going to, and I've got to have it. Never did. You did well. You finally met a piece of scat that you did not step in. So well done. So.
Awesome. Very awesome.
Crazy. Yeah. And it's so weird because, we kind of pride ourselves in this, we're really enthusiastic about this stuff. We love it. Even the scary stuff. That's obviously why we do this. And I always just go, maybe we should act like more professional. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going, no, man, because we're in the moment. This is really happening. We're really reacting to it. And you can just tell Jessie's reactions are just freaking
You're amazing.
Authentic, like you would not believe. You know what I'm saying? Just this childlike wonder, fear, excitement, all of that stuff is just she's just an open book. So, but yeah, it's that energy is just definitely it's a good thing. But yeah, damn, it's hard to keep up.
Poor Joe. Say a prayer for Joe.
One of these days, we're gonna reverse and have you carry the camera, and then I'm gonna
make it, Joe. You're tall.
Oh, good lordy. So, well, good deal, Sploot. Well, Sploot, thank you so much for your participation, your support.
And Sploot, you have a package coming in the next day or so. I'll let you know when that drops in the mail.
No worries. Whenever. I'm good.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. We finally got that working out. And I was like, all right, I've got Sploot's package ready to go.
Yeah, we've got all the packages out from people that placed orders with our stuff, except for Canada. Y'all are having a postal strike right now, which is just shut everything down. So anybody out there Canadian, y'all are out of luck for a little bit. So, but all right, Sploot, we'll let you head on off. We appreciate it. We appreciate your support.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all the cool bracelets and everything. I kind of rotate them out every day. That way I've got kind of a different one or a different stack every day. But thank you so much for everything. You're awesome. And we really appreciate you. Silence.
Sploot, you there?
We lost Sploot.
We lost Sploot. So, all right, Sploot, thank you if you can hear us. You got the regular link to throw up here? real
Yep,
quick?
I've got
So-
the link. All right, I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. If anybody wants to hop on here, and we will put you on. All right, don't make me regret this. Here we go. All right. So if you guys want to come on here, there's the link to that.
Everybody's talking about your reactions, and yeah, we actually got a comment earlier. We usually try to answer every single comment that comes through on the channel, and it's been next to impossible lately. So I'm slowly trying to get caught up on that. Well, Jesse kind of goes through footage and evidence and everything. So, but somebody made some comment about like, these are the worst actors I've ever seen in my entire life. Da 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 da. They need to get somebody else different on this show.
On
and I'm
the
just
show?
going. And at first, I thought it was like tongue in cheek, and then I'm going.
Oh no, they're serious.
This person's never commented on our stuff before. They're being absolutely dead serious here at this point, man. So, but yeah, your reactions are just the I think the thing that really kind of just, if there's one element to Helmet Holler that I think is different and unique to everybody else, it's just you just being there. And that's why I film, man. I mean, basically at the end of the day, Helmet Holler is, the channel is basically trying to share with you all what we're experiencing out there.
Yeah.
And when I say we're experiencing out there, what Jesse is experiencing out there. Because I get a little too Spock-like sometimes. Oh, you know, Jesse,
You're a little Spock.
somebody says that I'm the Spock and you're the Captain Kirk. you
Yeah,
know? Yeah.
yes. We got somebody else queued up. We have Hennessy queued up. We've been talking with her for a long time, and it's good to have her here. All right, you ready? Let's
Yep.
go. What's up, girl?
Well, hello.
Hello. How are you?
It's nice to finally meet you both.
Nice to finally meet you. We actually don't live too far from you. We're actually kind of local to you. So
Yeah. I actually live in Powdersville. So,
oh,
Not-
awesome. Yeah, very close. So over the past few years of us doing this project and having this community and everything, what has been your favorite thing that's kind of gone on over the past few years with this whole project, Helmet Holler?
pretty much everything. I mean, just the equipment that you guys use. And it's like, I'm very curious of how each piece works. And when you guys capture something, I have to rewind it, and I'm like, what the heck did it just happen? You know? So, but how are you guys?
Yeah, the equipment is like, it's something that I think sets us apart. We're just like gear nerds. So
Yeah.
that matched real well with this. You know what I'm saying? So I like gadgets. I like little things, you know. We've got our thing that the Dooster made for us still out here that we showed last week because I've been toying around with it. And we just like the cool little gadgets, and it's good because that's how you capture these phenomena. Do you know what I'm saying? It's how you capture evidence of these phenomena. And you know, it's our theory's always been with like the advent of, you know, artificial intelligence, that, you know, all this AI stuff, that you can hardly trust anything you see in short form nowadays. If you see a little big clip on TikTok, it's probably fake.
Yeah.
But if you see the entire spectrum of it, what led up to it,
All the context involved
that
in the
moment,
encounter.
the afterwards,
Yeah.
and it's long form, then more than likely people will find that, you know, will see value in that and go, holy crap, this stuff's real. And
Yeah.
that was our goal. Our goal is to show that this goes on beyond campfire stories. There's more out there in the world than just creepypasta and just, you know, tall tales. So luckily that equipment, that love of the equipment,
Really helps us achieve that for sure.
and when I say love of the equipment, it's a love-hate relationship with that equipment. So it is. But
I mean,
like I said,
I
go
mean,
ahead, I'm sorry.
there's been quite a few stuff, like even when you guys are both like quiet, I'm like, did I just really hear something in the background or something? And it's like I said, rewind it, and then I'll see eye shine that you guys would miss in the review sometimes. And
You guys have been very helpful with that. You guys catch stuff that we just don't all the time. And that's why this is such a community effort at the same time as well, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I've had this happen 3 different times for me. I was at work at a different site and sitting in the car, the security vehicle, and it was like everything just went dead quiet around me. And I'm like, and I don't know if I had an encounter with something, but when I used to live in Williamston, right there on Tripp Street, we used to have a farm out there. I would walk the property and something just told me not to go towards the railroad tracks. And I felt like I was being watched.
Mhm.
And I just turned around and hightailed it back to the house. So I was like, nope.
Listen,
So
your instincts are there for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
it,
need to trust those for
it
sure.
used to be, you know, that sixth sense is what kept you from getting eaten by like a saber-toothed tiger or a cave bear or something like
Yeah.
that, you know. And just because that stuff doesn't happen, well, that sort of stuff doesn't happen anymore. Other things might out there be eating people, but you know, you got to pay attention to that. And
Yeah.
I mean, we've really, that's one of the things we kind of pride ourselves in is we pay attention to that stuff nowadays. We don't second guess that. We don't go, oh, we're just letting our imaginations getting the best of us. No, your imagination isn't what's going on. It's your mind is processing all this data around you in a way that you don't fully comprehend, and it's telling you right now something's going on and to be careful.
Yeah.
So we definitely try to pay attention to that. So I know exactly what you're talking about. So
I mean, at work that night at work, I was like, what in the world? It's like somebody just took the mute button and turned everything off. And then my fight or flight just kicked in. And I'm like, I can't really abandon the post.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild.
I was like looking around and it's a construction site, but it's pitch black in one direction. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? And I got White Horse Road not far from me, and I'm like, I hear the traffic, but over here, I'm like, something's over here. I don't know if it's coyotes because I've heard packs howling and everything, but that night it was like, I don't know what happened. I mean, it was like part of me just wants to leave, but at the same time, I would get fired.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. When you're in a job situation like that, it's different. I mean, it's like with us nowadays too. We have to walk that line between we don't want to just run out immediately because we're trying to capture evidence of it, but at the same, like this past weekend, you know,
When it's, you got to know when to fold them.
yeah, you need
You
to
know?
know when you need to go. All right, I need to at least get to a better area that's more conducive of me being able to capture that evidence and get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always important to like kind of pay attention to what that
Really trust your gut and just trust that feeling and that that sixth sense that you have. All right. Well, thank you for coming on here. We're gonna go on to the next. We got all kinds of people queuing up.
got people
Thank you,
stacking
Hennessy.
up.
It was so nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, everybody, we've got EDP. Are we ready for EDP?
I don't know if we're ready for EDP, but let's go. This is the one that's gonna make us sweat. All right, let's go.
Here we go.
All right, let's get it.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
I'm gonna make you sweat out of all these people.
God, hell yeah.
So I was thinking really hard about this. I have two things. One of my favorite moments was just when I first found the channel. I literally binged everything for, I think it's been like a year ago now. I just binged everything for like a solid weekend, and that was really awesome at that point in time in my life. I needed something to kind of, I don't know, to binge for a weekend. You know what I mean? And I mean that in the best way possible. Not that I was just bored.
But you just went down the rabbit hole and Hellbent Holler, and now you're a part of the cult, huh?
Yes, exactly. And it's honestly one of my only online communities. So it's like, it's great. The chat is awesome. Everybody's great. This call-in thing is great. But then I thought hard about this before calling in. The other thing that was really cool, I don't experience a lot of things personally. But when we were on that live stream with you guys, and I don't remember which one it was, but I think everybody's phone started like looping back and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
one of the weirdest things for me, just because I don't see ghosts, I don't see cryptids, I don't see anything like that in my life. So that was really, really cool. And I don't know if you guys got anything like more on that or what, but that was wild.
Yeah, we have no idea what happened. We actually discussed that when we were talking at the at Crypticon, and everybody was really fascinated with that. We are still just completely dumbfounded about what the hell happened
Yeah.
with that whole situation. But it's cool. It's a cool data point. We ought to go back to that spot and see if that happens
Replicate
again.
it. But
Yeah.
and there were so many interesting things that took place that night. Is that Jesse has a bad habit of just rushing into stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it goes along with that energy we talked about. We saw a tree arched. You haven't even released that footage, have you?
No,
'Cause
I
that was
haven't.
when we were moving up to the clearing to do that live stream, there was a tree arched over the old forest road we were on, and it was lashed down on the opposite side. And Jesse goes over there and just starts messing with it. And as soon as she touches it, we get just a knock or a pop from the woods next to us. And we both go, that just happened as soon as you touched it. Well, that started that chain of events that all the equipment started malfunctioning. And we have that happen sometimes. Like when we were out this past week, it was so cold, we were having batteries drain really quickly, but it's natural. It's really cold,
Yeah.
And I even told her, we got to change batteries again, but this is natural. This is what I expect. We're going through batteries faster. Everything's a little sluggish. That's what I expect. But then you have nights like the one you're talking about, where it's completely different. But then that's the first time the activity has spread from us, and then it spread to everybody watching us live all across the world at this point.
Yeah.
And that's weird, man. That's really, really weird. It's almost like
It's super weird.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
think it speaks to that hive mind thing you bring up quite a bit. I've never witnessed it or felt it or seen it or anything, but that was the only time where I feel like I actually like I said, experienced it. It was really cool.
it's so bizarre. And it's just, that's why we got really into trying to get this like Starlink live streaming thing out, to try to like share stuff with people in real time.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys did.
Yeah,
and-
it's been a blast, man. It's been a blast.
But with that night, literally, I didn't even realize the magnitude of it at that later on, because
Yeah, stories kept coming in
And-
after that.
and our end, everything kept freezing up. So I really couldn't see a lot of the chat where people were reporting it.
Oh,
And
right.
then- But then people have watched reruns of that live stream, and it didn't happen.
Mhm.
Nothing happened at all. It was only in that moment. And
That's wild. I never went back. I actually wanted to do that and see what happened. See if it like replicated again and see if it was obviously, then I could write it off as like, oh, a YouTube glitch or
Yeah.
something,
I mean, we were having people saying that they were watching on their TV froze up, started messing up. They moved to their computer, that started messing up.
Oh, that's
They moved to their
wild.
phone, that started messing up. And it was just, and I mean, I don't know what the percentage was, but although we probably should look into that. We should
Yeah.
probably document those.
I'll put that on my list, Joe.
Yeah, put that on your list of stuff to do there.
I feel
Um,
like that video had like 300. This could just be this is off of memory, but I feel like there was like around 300 people, and I remember you saying something that most of us were experiencing it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, most people were experiencing, at least from what we could tell, and it was everything from just the looping effect that people were seeing. The devices they were watching on started malfunctioning. Beyond the stream, not just the stream looping, but phones were resetting, phones were powering off, people's computers were crashing. Somebody was watching on an Xbox on their TV, that started to malfunction. One person, everything went down on them.
Yeah.
Their computer, their TV, and their phone, and they're sitting there waiting for something to boot back up. And they noticed that a broken clock had started working.
That's actually
again.
Miranda. I'm going to cue her up.
Right,
next.
that's right. That was the wildest one, I think. Yeah, that I remember. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's going to come on next after you, and we'll
Oh,
ask her
cool.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I won't keep you guys too long, but that was the wildest for me.
Awesome. Yeah. We need to go back to that. We need to revisit that and see if we can kind of recreate that. Not mess up any of y'all's stuff, but maybe check that out and check it out.
Moondog
Yeah.
says his tablet is still schizophrenic after that night.
Oh,
So,
no.
yeah.
Oh, geez.
There's going to be a class action lawsuit.
We're gonna get like just getting sued in the mail one day. You know what I'm saying? That we all these
Right.
people with replacement devices. So
Well, thank you guys so much for doing the Starlink thing and putting all the money and stuff you do towards it. Because I'm telling you, like, living vicariously through you guys has been amazing. So thank you so much for that.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being a part of this community and being a part of this the craziness, and always saying hilarious stuff to make me laugh.
I love it. Thank you guys.
Thank you, man.
All right,
We'll
man,
talk
we
to you
appreciate
later.
it.
See ya.
Bye. Oh, this is a lot of fun.
It's actually pretty good, man.
Yeah.
So it's, well, you know, the night ain't over yet. I mean, we might be losing this channel before the night's over. We'll see.
And we got more and more people queuing up. So I do want to remind you, if you're going to come on here, we're going to do Art Bell rules on here. If you're watching us on TV and you're getting on your phone, make sure you turn the volume down on your TV so we don't have that echo on it. You know how Art Bell would always go, turn off your radio. So, all right, next up we have Miranda Crew. What's up, Miranda? How are you?
Everybody's wearing their Helmet Holler stuff tonight, man. That's awesome. So
I'm a Helmet supporter. I want to make sure how to get a shirt on tonight.
Oh yeah, gotta wear your Helmet Holler shirt. Yeah, I was seeing everybody was starting to get their stuff. I'm so glad that all that stuff got to you safely. You got your shirts and everything, so that's awesome.
I just can't. They make fun of me. I want to wear them all the time here.
we used to, before we just got like a small batch made up for, what did we get it made up for? Like Wild and Weird?
They make fun of me. I wear 'em all
Something
the
like
time.
that. And we gave out a handful and people were wearing holes in them, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's such an awesome design that Jonathan Dodd did up for us there.
So Miranda, what is your favorite part of the past couple of years of this Helmet Holler project?
Well, I guess it was the time that our clock started working and it was dead for a week because we didn't put a battery in it.
Yeah.
And that was the live stream that EDP was just talking about,
Yes.
where everybody started having malfunctions at their home while we were having malfunctions in the field.
My son's Xbox quit working. It didn't come on until for about a week. You all
That's
came on, was talking about it. The Xbox started working again.
Oh, so this is a follow-up. It started working when we started talking about it. Oh my
We had
God.
to wait till you all come back online. Yes, for one to work.
And what's so crazy is that one person, if that had happened to one person, we were having like equipment issues on a live stream and somebody else went, hey, my phone's messing up. Maybe that's just a coincidence. There were so many people having so many different things happen that were just repeated person to person to person. My computer just crashed. Hey, mine did too. My phone just locked up. Mine locked up as well. I'm switching to, I think you were the only one that had something that was not a streaming device mess up though with that clock. Unless
My
something happened to
husband's
somebody else,
Xbox
though.
messed up, and our cell phone decided it had to turn itself off. It wouldn't type. It was typing stuff I didn't even say.
Oh my gosh. That's wild.
That's just so wild. That's still one of the. And again, for those of people that aren't familiar with this, I mentioned Jesse touched that tree arch, and we heard that pop.
So I'm sorry, y'all.
And I literally went, I don't ever address the phenomenon, but I literally went, sorry, we messed with your tree. We're leaving now. We're going to go away. And we went up the mountain and then we set up for a live stream and everything was going great. And then right as we were starting to stream, something screamed at us from like the tree line. And as that scream happened, everything got knocked out on our part. Everything just started messing up. We're trying to like get the stream going. We're trying to pay attention to what screamed at us from the wood line. And then everybody else started reporting issues with their stuff at home.
Yeah.
The video starts looping, all sorts of weird stuff. I mean, people's devices crashing. I started running through batteries like to the point where we were out before, by the end of the stream. I was just like, we're done. We're done for the night. Everything's dead after this. So.
Okay. We love the fact that you're one of the channels that is honest what you do. You show us what you and let us make the decision if it's real or not. You don't try to lead us in one direction or the other.
Yeah.
And it makes
we're
my
not,
husband wonderful hunting again.
we're not qualified to lead anybody in any direction
we're
because
not.
we
Yeah,
don't even know
yeah.
what direction, we're going to with it. We really just kind of see what we see. We report what we see and we can draw our own conclusions, but you know, at the end of the day, it's still a huge mystery to all of us. And I think it's important that everybody makes up their own mind. Everybody has their own independent thoughts about this. And that's how we come to the ideas that we come to, is everybody has something different to throw in there. It's
Yeah.
not an echo chamber.
Well, that too, and it's just that we always talk about how this is such a humbling thing. I think a lot of times people try to preach to other people in the community because it makes them feel important. You know, it's kind of this weird self-aggrandizing thing. We don't know what the hell's going on with a lot of this stuff. We had something happen this weekend that made us just go, it drew parallels to the activity that we experienced in North Georgia, where that human cult was, and we experienced some stuff that we just went, maybe some of what we experienced was human based after all. We're going to have to completely reevaluate something that we've thought was true for 4 years now.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing too. Is we try not to tell anybody anything definitively, because stuff changes as new data comes in.
Yeah.
So
cool.
but we appreciate your support.
Thank you
Miranda.
so much.
You were
I love
so
talking
great.
to you, and we missed you at the
Thank you.
conference. But
I was sick with bronchitis. I couldn't go nowhere. I wished I got to come out.
well, next
But this-
time, you can come on out.
I'm
So,
looking at a new collection. We're into death whistles now.
oh, nice.
good deal. So
Oh,
Yeah,
very
I'm
cool.
collecting new stuff now. But yeah,
So
we're planning on coming next time. I won't be sick, hopefully.
All right, you take your
And-
vitamin C, girl.
Yeah,
So
no
he's
doubt.
the best cameraman around.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you.
All right, thank
Bye.
you, Miranda. We'll talk at you later.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Oh my goodness, you are the best cameraman around.
I am the best cameraman, man.
You definitely are. Goodness gracious, this is so much fun. I
So,
have
all
to say
right,
that.
yeah.
So the next one we have up is our boy surviving the strange.
Surviving the Strange.
What's up, my friend?
Everybody's got the Helmet Holler swag on, man.
Everybody's got to be styling and profiling.
It's just a
today.
love fest. Tech.
Yes. Product placement. Cocaine Dogman mug available now at hellbentholler.shop.
I don't even know if I actually successfully unmuted myself or not.
now we can hear you.
You were
So-
just modeling all these products, and I was just doing the voiceover for it, so we're
Making
good.
sure everybody buy your stuff, hit the like button.
We met Surviving the Strange at, what was that, the first Tennessee Wild Man, right?
Yeah,
So,
I think we met
yeah.
Surviving the Strange and Grizz at the same time.
Yeah, we had a bunch of like Hellbenders show up that we actually got to meet in person, and actually got to spend some time with. Tried to break into the park together, but we're unsuccessful. So, but anyway, so what's up, man? What's your favorite Hellbent Holler thing over the past few years? Like, what's your favorite moment, favorite joke, favorite investigation?
The favorite one was, it was like there was a fire in the woods that only showed up on certain, I don't remember if it was only showed up on infrared or you couldn't see it with the camera. Jesse was going to go directly to it.
Oh,
That's the
burning
burning
light.
light. Now we could see it. We could see it with the eye, but it was showing up on he's referencing what we call the burning light, just because that's when we ever do these like video titles, we try to make it. I always like pulling stuff like random comments from like the video, and I think at one point, I don't know if you put it in the video or not, but you literally go, "It looks like a burning light. It looks like a
Yeah, I
light
did.
burning."
Yeah.
So we saw that light and it wasn't there 1 minute, and then the next minute it was, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. It didn't light up anything around it. It was a completely self-contained light. It didn't light up the trees around it. We've had people tell us it was a camping lantern, it was a flashlight, and I'm going, the whole purpose of those things are to light up stuff so you can see it. This didn't light anything up. It was giving a really weird heat signature on the thermal. And we were able to get it on the full spectrum camera. And that's a tiny little camera with a real short distance, but it got so big, we were able to pick it up on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's still one of the, I'll have things happen that I'll go, that's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. And then after I process it for a while, I go, probably not as weird as the burning light. That was because it just came out of nowhere. Yeah.
And I was so compelled to run towards it. And you and I got into a bad fight about that. I wanted to go to it so badly. And you were like, nope. You just snatched me up and got me out of there.
I always say that if you guys saw like the whole footage of it, people turned me in for like spousal abuse at that point, because she was just so determined to like run towards it. And I always say she couldn't see what it looked like little figures around it, man. I still to this day, I don't know what the hell those were, but I'm going, and when it started to lift up, I'm going, well, where were those little figures I could see around it? Are they with it? Are they in the woods? Are they, so yeah, that was like, and just leaving out the entire way. There's no way we should have gotten out of those woods because we were more concerned about arguing at that point than anything else.
Yeah.
So,
That totally had the tone of, mom and dad are fighting.
Yeah, Kim's just said, Jessica, for once in your life, listen to me.
Yeah, literally. I'm just going, for once in your life, please listen to me, because it's not just the light you've got to worry about. And I'll admit it, man. I mean, I saw fire in the sky as a kid, and that scared the hell out of me. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'm cool with taking risks with, but something like that, I'm really cautious about it. And then the fact that it looked like there were tiny little figures moving around this light that I don't know where those figures are now. You could barely see them because the light's not illuminating them, but you can just kind of see a reflection on their bodies of the light as they're moving around it. And as it lifted up, I couldn't see them anymore. So I don't know where they were. And now Jesse's wanting to run through the woods towards this light, and I was just like, no, absolutely not. I'm putting my foot down. I stick our necks out for a lot of stuff, but on that one, I'm gonna draw the line at that point. So
It totally gives Hellier vibes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of parallels with some of that stuff that we found, and Hellier. There's a lot of crazy stuff in these mountains and this area. It's a very, very mysterious area, and I feel like we have just barely even scratched the surface.
But I will tell you this though, that out of everything that we have done so far, if I had a do-over for anything, I probably would go back in time and go towards that light now, just because it keeps bothering me.
Redemption.
It keeps bothering me of like, what was it? And I mean,
Yes.
we did a lot of like debunking stuff that we never really put on there before, but we went out kind of like we did with Brown Mountain, where we went out and set up different lights and just tried to replicate stuff. And we could never recreate it. If it was a flashlight, it was obvious it was a flashlight. If we tried a camping lantern, it was obvious it was a camping lantern.
Mhm.
We tried everything and we could not replicate it. We even took a drone out there and had a drone and lit it up on the ground and then lifted it. And you could tell just by the flashing lights of the drone what it was. It looked nothing like this at all. But I keep going. If I could go back in time, I think I just would have rolled the dice and done it.
Yeah.
We had an instance this past weekend where we're down near this creek bed and where it's really thick brush, really thick forest. We're nowhere near a trail. We're nowhere near a game trail, nothing. And Jessie all of a sudden screams and just saw a black figure in the woods. She goes running. I try to follow her and I'm trying to go under a downed
There's
tree.
down trees everywhere, but I snapped. I screamed and I just started running after it.
And my backpack got caught, so I'm jammed up. So I gave up. I just went, take the camera, and
I
gave her
grabbed the camera
then-
and I run. So
Yeah.
he finally let me go.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like I said, going back in time, man, that's the one thing that I wish that
Yeah.
it probably wouldn't be the right decision to do it, but damn, I just can't stop thinking about it. It's one of those things that just, I wish I'll never know now. I'll never know what that light was. I mean, unless we're lucky enough to see it in that spot again.
Yeah.
But it was
Round two.
It was scary, man. And you can tell from our voices because we're just so dumbfounded. Especially when I see the little figures, I'm going, I think there are people there,
Yeah.
and then
You have
I'm
no
going,
idea.
yeah. And it might have been people. It might have been people circling this self-illuminating light that grew and then lifted off into the air. It might have been something else that was upright. I don't know. They gave me the impression of being small. But with the distance involved and it's nighttime, I don't know. But regardless, there's figures on the freaking ground. So, but yeah, that's definitely one of the top or bottom experiences I've had doing this stuff at this point. So, but all right.
Yeah.
man.
Cool. All right. Anything else, sir? Any last words?
Thanks to South Force 10 for introducing me to you guys. However long ago, it was like years,
awesome.
He's the reason I found you guys.
Very cool.
That's cool to know, man. That's
All right.
cool.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for hopping on with us.
We appreciate
I'll
it,
talk to
man.
you guys later.
Talk to you later, man. All right, we're going to hit some of these chats here, and then we're going to move on to the next one. We got somebody in the queue. Hawk said, I have been on this journey since the first encounter at a young age, just a boy. Have had plenty more after. I enjoy watching, reading, and just listening to others describe what they're experiencing. Love watching y'all on our journey.
And-
Well, thank
and
you for joining us on this
Hawk,
journey.
we really appreciate you too, man. You're such a big supporter of the
Yeah.
community, and you're a big supporter of this project. And again, it's people like you that help us keep going on this, man.
Absolutely.
We don't want to take the clickbaity, overly fake approach on YouTube just to get views, to have revenue, to do this stuff. We're just going to do what we do. And people like you guys just keep us in the game. You keep us in batteries. You keep us in, we break stuff so often, we're able to replace
Yep.
it. But people like you and this just, it really keeps us going, man. We appreciate it so much.
Yep.
So thank you guys.
Heck yeah. Michael Russell, thank you, my man, for
Thank you,
that
Michael.
super sticker. Appreciate you. Your package got dispatched today, buddy. So
Mhm.
it's on its way. And Joseph Cannon, thank you. It was weird. I feel like we say it's weird, and the threshold keeps going up.
Yeah, it
You
keeps
know?
going up. Our boy Martin Groves is in the house. South Force 10 Rock. South Force 10's a good guy.
Yeah.
South Force 10, we always say we're not YouTubers. We're just people that share our stuff on YouTube because it's a platform where we can share it. Not a lot of places to go where you can share this stuff. And we've met some cool people kind of doing this, and he's one of them. So
All right. Are we ready for the next one?
we're ready for the next
All
one.
right. We've got our boy, Not Today Saban. Are you ready? Here we go. What's up, my friend?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Oh,
What's up,
hanging out.
I tell you something. You got a bunch of closet fans that don't want to come out with it, but no joke, even down here. I was talking with my supervisor, and I was talking about y'all's Brown Mountain Lights video, and he's like, "What is that? Like holler something, anything?" And come to find out, he's been watching you guys just about as long as I have.
That's awesome,
That's
man.
so cool.
One of
My
these
favorite-
we might even get recognized at the Bigfoot Museum. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I get recognized at Kroger.
Well, I think we're the only ones that are walking around the facility with UFO and Sasquatch patches on our hard hats, so it's a different thing.
That's how you find each other.
100%. It's just like he just kind of pointed at each other across the room. It's like, did we just become best friends? Yeah, 100%.
that's awesome, man. So
Well, y'all, I don't want to take too much time from the rest of the people on here. My favorite thing overall about you guys is you're truly wholesome. It's like I said before, the Feral Fairy and her woodsman. It's Josie and how you look after her when you get on your North Georgia kind of shows a little bit in those moments, and just how y'all work together as a team and have cultivated a family around this. It's not normal to have a community this cohesive from so many different backgrounds. And I'm sure I speak for everybody in the chat that everybody's thankful for it.
hey,
That-
man, we appreciate
That was
it. That's
so nice.
man. Yeah, look at the depth with Not Today there. Thank you, buddy. Heck,
Thank
so-
you.
I only play a jackass on TV. We're good.
And it's so weird, man, because when we started doing this stuff, like I said, we were going out and we were like looking into the stuff and filming it, and we were like, what do we do with this stuff? What do we do with the footage we're getting? And Jesse's like, I think I'm going to put it on YouTube. And we did that, and you can see such an evolution of like just how we approach stuff, how Jesse kind of, puts it out there for public consumption. And then even then I was just like, it's pretty cool. But then when we started doing the Monday night shows, that just snowballed and ended up being something that we never really anticipated at that point.
Yeah.
And part of that is meeting people like you and like other people that are in the chat, and just this constant like flow of ideas where, I'll occasionally look at other channels and like live streams, and it's just basically just like love fests for the person doing it, and it's just for them to just kind of expound and kind of just preach and everything like that. And
Get a lot of adoration, and for people to tell them they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys are coming at it without any sort of unconscious bias or bias confirmation. It's fun watching you guys come in with a genuine sense of curiosity. Most people are coming into it with, they've heard the stories, they've already got foregone conclusions for everything that they've got going on with it. And for you two, just to watch you be like, what the hell was that? And then spend the next 6 months to a year trying to figure it out instead of just saying, CE5 woo woo, anything off the Gaia channel. It's really nice to watch. So you guys keep it up. Great job.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, and again, like I said, it's I doing this stuff. I don't see how anybody's like that because it's just so confusing and humbling.
It is definitely humbling.
And things that we think we've got figured out. Again, like this past weekend, we're leaving out, and I'm going, well, I think we've been wrong about some stuff over the past few years. We found some activity that made us kind of just go, I think some of the conclusions we drew previously are wrong, and we've got to reevaluate a lot of stuff. And that's how the phenomenon is. It just messes with you, and it's so malleable, and we talk about the trickster so much, and that's real, and it's always a step ahead of you. And I don't see how people can come across with like the great Bigfoot hunter kind of persona, because I'm just going, it just seems like we're all fumbling in the dark, because that's what the phenomenon wants us to do.
Yeah.
But you're always great, man. You've always got such like great
Insight to everything.
insight and stuff like that. And I'll sometimes, when we get done with the show, kind of like watch it and just watch the chat just to see what you're talking about on there about, that I didn't see while we were actually doing it then. So
Yeah.
Hey, I'm only slightly on the spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Slightly.
matter of fact, Bristol just said, I'm disappointed. Always expected not today to have an upper crust British accent.
It doesn't matter who we are. All that matters is our plan.
You got to
Excuse me.
kill Joe.
Hey, all right, Ristel, here you go. What time does Sean Connery arrive at Wimbledon? Tennis.
Good Lord, man. So,
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to be up in town the 21st to the 28th. I've got a radiographical map of Georgia that we mapped out. And it's interesting to overlay it with your quartz deposits you guys have been looking into.
Oh.
I'll see if I've got a plotter at work. I might can get a full overlay on it, but we'll see what's going with it. But if you guys are around, holler. And again,
yeah, definitely. We missed you last time.
Yeah,
definitely,
that'd be
man.
awesome.
So,
well, much love to you guys, and y'all keep it up. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
thank you, buddy.
All right.
All right. We'll step out for a second. Excuse me. He got me.
Joe's all choked up.
I am.
He's losing it. If you need a cough drop, I've got them beside the bed there. We both have been just fighting this crud lately, just because we've been going out in this cold weather during all of this. But I'm going to put the link up again if anybody else wants to join us on the open line. So far, this is a pretty high bar. This is a pretty high bar so far. But we're really enjoying doing this. We were kind of nervous. We're like, oh my God, if we put out a link for everybody to come on here, what would happen if somebody,
You gonna throw that link up one more time?
throwing that link up one more time. Here is that link if you want to join us up here. We don't have anybody in the queue right now. Get brave.
Kim Drescher going, fungus and pollens and humidity in the lungs. Oh my God. I always tell people that we just fight like respiratory stuff. Like constantly.
Yeah.
We were out this weekend just soaking wet and just cold, and you're on damp leaves or you're doing anything like that, so just, it's unfortunately respiratory stuff's just a way of life for us at that point. We're eventually going to go all crazy like Zach Bagans and Ghost Hunters and just wear masks like everywhere, like professional grade respirators, like no matter where we're at.
You know how Not Today said he's a little on the spectrum. I'm a little on the spectrum too. I'm not wearing a mask. Like I'm just now getting to where I can wear sunglasses. So I'm not doing that. I'll take the respiratory disease. I was gonna say, Bristol has one here. Knife check.
I have a knife. Jesse does not have a knife. Jesse has something
Joe
else.
can go first with his knife.
I have my 5 Max tonight just because I've been carrying this damn thing in the woods pretty much.
Hopefully you
nonstop.
disinfected it after this weekend.
I have not disinfected.
You
it.
are
No,
disgusting.
I'm
You're a disgusting person.
But I've been carrying this, man. It's a massive folder, but it's so damn strong. It's perfect size. A lot of times it's difficult to carry a sheath knife with all the other stuff I have strapped to me, and that's just been my thing. Jesse doesn't have a
I
knife.
don't have a knife, unfortunately. No, unfortunately, I'm gonna tear that down with all this. Fortunately, I don't have a knife. You know why? Because I got a freaking crossbow pistol, guys. I just got this today. My buddy got me this for my birthday. Don't worry, Joe. You'll be all right. I got a
Our boy Denim Devil sent her that for Christmas.
All right, what's your head? I got a crossbow pistol. Look at that. It's black and it's got orange highlights. It's an AR-6 Stinger.
It's
look at
magazine fed.
It's
There's
magazine
6
fed.
bolts.
You put the bolts in here. Watch your head. All right. You put the bolts in here. Joe's so worried this is not going to go well. But look at that. I'm trying to get every angle on this bad boy. It's got a rail. So Joe's going to put me a front grip on it. That way I can just go chalk, chalk, get that up there. I think we're going to throw a laser on that bad boy. But crossbow, pistol. I think my knife check days are over.
So I'm putting it together in the living room floor about an hour before we go on start the show. And I feel like I'm like a character. I'm the main character in like a Greek tragedy. I feel like I'm just sowing the seeds of my own demise as I'm doing this here. I'm just going, I am right now putting into action a course of events that's eventually going to lead to me having a crossbow bolt to the side of my skull in some godforsaken forest somewhere. Because you know she's going to carry that out with her at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
happening.
just, I never thought I was going to go out by crossbow, but it's starting to look like
Hey, that's a pretty good way to go out. I'm going to be honest with you. It is. Dragon Tears 13 was asking, can I get a merch link, please? It is hellbentholler.shop. I'm putting that in the chat right now.
California Ryan, thank you for that. We
Thank you,
appreciate
California
that.
Ryan.
Did you throw the link to in here?
I did. JD Smooth, are you still doing the honey cough syrup? Joe will not take that. There's no way he will take that. Joe was very picky about what he eats. That is not going to happen.
And actually, that's why we got it. Is that we're again. I have such a hard time with this, but obviously, traditional methods sometimes seem to be more effective with some of this stuff. And I myself, that's why I usually carry like a big knife, whether even if I'm armed with a firearm. It feels comforting. In a way. It's got this weird kind of like primal kind of like reassurance that you of just having like a big old chunk of steel with you. So God only knows how this is gonna.
This is my favorite one here. Who the shite trusted you with a crossbow pistol?
The package came today. I'll take that back. We picked the package up today. It's been there for like a little bit, but we've been in the woods a bunch. So we're catching up on civilized things today. And we opened it and I just went, oh God. But it didn't really dawn on me until I'm putting it together. And I'm just going, this is, what am I doing right now? A wise man would just go, oh, whoops, it broke. It looks like we're just gonna have to send it back, but no, I put it into the damn, I don't know.
He put it together for me. And you're getting me a laser. Come on.
Good God. So thank you, Two Shadows. We greatly appreciate that. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Two Shadows.
SCO7 Shockwave and Crossbow, shock and awe. We actually busted the Shockwave out this week.
We had to.
We upgunned a little bit for the area that we were in at that point. So
Michael Chen had a good idea. I can shoot watermelons with it. So
it'll go right through a watermelon. Like
will it?
Bolts are like frightening. So
yeah.
Alan Lassiter, thank you for being a member for 4 months, my friend. Alan Lassiter's a neighbor of ours. He's down in the Carolina area. So, all right. Who you got here?
Uh-oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, all together, let's give a round of applause for the best mod in the business. We've got Lady Wolf. Lady Wolf.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, my girl?
What's up,
Oh
buddy?
my God. You guys just had me laughing. Everybody, I'll be nice. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, let me see. My favorite of you guys, aside from, coming across the channel, obviously, and being blessed to be a mod, I think my favorite time was watching how excited Jessie got over the Brown Mountain lights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought for certain she was going to go over that cliff.
I keep telling Joe we probably need to put like a little harness and like a leash on me when we go to that area because it is a drop straight off into the Linville.
And y'all didn't see the whole. I mean, you kind of saw it on the live stream to a certain extent, but those overlooks. I mean, there's a little stone wall there, that ain't gonna do much. And it's that first night it was frozen, everything's slippery, and I mean, I'm just standing there the whole time trying to film. And if the filming's not the best that night, it's because I'm trying to keep her ass from just sliding off the side of this mountain into the gorge, for gosh sake. And it's so weird because, Lady Wolf, that's one of the things that when I was talking earlier, I was going, gosh, sometimes I go, should we be more like detached and professional? And then I'm going, no, because we're in the moment. And even everybody who's watched that footage that's like in the community, like in the UFO community and all that, I keep expecting somebody to go, well, maybe if you guys weren't so carried away, you would have gotten more evidence. And nobody's been like that. Everybody's just been like, I would have been equally as excited. That's crazy. I would have been right there with Jesse.
If you watched Alex's latest thing, you know, Micah Hanks was like, I showed it to an astrophysicist friend of mine,
Yeah.
you know, so it was cool.
That was another experiment when you guys went across the valley to the other mountain. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're sick as a dog and they're hiking up that mountain. But it was phenomenal. You know, you guys, I tell you all the time, your passion shines through. Joe, I can't say I would think of a funny moment. What I do respect you for is your protectiveness over Jesse. The fact that you lug all that stuff and you carry it and you maintain it so well. You both complement each other.
I'll tell you, it's weird because Brown Mountain with Alex, we were sick. Not like right now, just congested, just, you know, just from being out. I mean, we were both sick. I mean, we were sick as a dog, and we kept going, man, this is terrible timing because we rarely get ill, you know. And
we're just always semi-sick.
yeah, so but like full-blown sick, that rarely happens. And there's a moment that didn't make it into Alex's video that'll probably be into Jesse's, but when we're talking to them and we're kind of figuring out who's going to do what, they were like, and Jesse had even gone, I want to try to get to where the lights come out of. I want to try to get there. And what are we going to do if we're there and the lights appear? We see them like form. What's going to happen? And when we were talking about it to Alex, he goes, well, you know, we all came to the agreement of like, well, one person needs to film and then one group needs to hike up there. And we were both instantly like, we'll do it. And then we're about a third of the way in, and I look at Jesse and I'm just like, I think we bit off more than we could chew.
But I wasn't going to be over there filming. And when it emerged, I wasn't going to be the one that wasn't in it. You know, I wanted to be there. I wanted to be on site right there.
Oh, Jesse's got to be front and center. We know this.
Yeah. But I literally, there's a moment where I went, I think we finally bit off more than we could chew here. I don't think we're going to be able to make it.
Yeah.
And we just had this crazy moment of like, we're trying to rush against the sun. We were late getting off because the storm was going by so bad.
That's it. It was pouring rain. The lightning was outrageous.
So we're trying to rush. We can't breathe. We're lugging all the stuff. And I was just like, I think we finally ran into something we're not going to be able to do, that we're going to end up letting them down on the other side of the gorge. We're not going to make it. And we had this crazy moment where we're on the side of the mountain. We had a little break in the foliage. You can kind of see into the valley and across the mountains. The storm is receding in the distance. You see all this lightning going off, moving away from you, and the sun is coming out. And we just had this moment where like literally both of us start crying at that point. And I'm just like, we got this, you know, we got this. Because sometimes, a lot of times, this stuff's dark that you deal with. It's dark and it's scary, but then every once in a while you have these moments where it's just cool as hell and beautiful and that kind of gave us that second wind to get to the top of the mountain in time. It was pretty cool, man. So
yeah, you saw it on your faces. You guys looked tired. You were tired and drained, and you know, you both were sniffling. I'm like, oh my God, these poor guys.
He edited out all the real coughing and hacking.
Oh, you can hear me like I sound like I've got emphysema at that point, and we're just because we're hauling so much. And it's not the worst hike we've ever done. It's up the side of a mountain. It's rough, but it's wet, and I'm trying to keep the cameras dry because everything was working against us. The time of the day. We ruined a camera doing it. It got wet. It never worked again, but it was just, we were just trying to get up there. We were under such a we were racing against the sun, man. We were racing against the sun to be up there in time. And luckily we were able to kind of push through and do it. And damn, if we didn't pay the price the next day, I felt like, like garbage the next day.
Yeah.
At that point. So, but Lady Wolf, thank you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you are the best mod in the business. And I always tell people that we couldn't really do the Monday night shows to the degree that we do without you.
I think between Lady Wolf and Kim Drescher, we have this, you ever watch The Never Ending Story? And you have the two.
I've never seen The Never Ending Story, believe it or not.
Have you not? Okay. So there's
it.
this part where Atreyu has to go through this narrow little valley, and there's these two sphinxes that are facing the valley, and you have to cross through this narrow path. And if you're not true of heart, lasers come from their eyes and kill you. So that's them. They're the sphinxes of the Hellbent Holler Valley.
But it does allow us to have such a everybody has a real pleasurable, hopefully like a real good experience on here because of you
I
guys.
do. I immensely enjoy chat. I enjoy the people in it. And yeah, it's just a great family.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you. We love you. We're going to start wrapping up the show.
I'm gonna reach out to you probably tomorrow too, because I want to find out what all's going in your neck of the woods too.
Yeah.
Oh, the barge in the river. Yes.
Yeah. We've been out of pocket with the stuff that we were in the area we were in, and it snowballed on us. So we're kind of catching up on stuff now. But yeah, I'll reach out to you tomorrow and kind of get the latest.
Yeah.
Get the latest gossip. But we really appreciate you, Lady Wolf.
All right. Love to everybody.
All right. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys.
I've got a couple on here I wanted to hit before we wrap this up.
I got it real quick.
Alan?
Alan,
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
You go ahead. We'll do
No,
it.
no, go
Alan
ahead.
Lassiter. Thank you for that $4.99, my man.
we appreciate it, Alan.
Appreciate it. And Karen Faust. Happy 100th.
Thank you,
Thank
Karen. We
you.
appreciate you. Thank you.
I thought this was funny. Body Blue McKee said, in Brown Mountain Lights, I wanted footage of Jesse shaking poor Luca going, look!
Luca is Alex's brother that was there with us at that point. So it was good working with them.
It was. I don't think
time.
the Petikoff brothers were quite ready for the insanity of us, but
We
it
all
was a
meshed
lot
together
of fun. It was a
Real
lot
well.
of
We
fun.
all meshed together real well.
Yeah.
We've got time that we're going to do one more. If anybody wants to jump on, if not,
We'll wrap it up.
we'll
and
wrap it up. But if anybody else wants to throw that link one more time in case.
I'm going to throw that link. You guys, this has been really fun. This has been really cool to hear from you guys and kind of, put some voices with some of these hellbenders. Put that link right there.
And I don't even know what it is, but Kim Drescher is awesome. Kim Drescher's right there with it. Kim Drescher was a late addition to the mod team because it was just Lady Wolf for like the longest time.
She had to hold it down, and then
Yeah, Lady Wolf is like she's tough.
she
but
blowed
fair.
the horn.
She's tough but fair.
And then Kim Drescher came over the
like the
came over
the
the
row hero.
Yes.
So if we've got anybody that wants to hop on,
yeah.
speak now, forever hold your peace.
Your Reese's Pieces. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. This has been a really fun show to do. I think we should do this again down the road for another milestone show. We'll have to get some more fun and interesting things out, I guess.
Next Monday's show will probably be from the Crossbow Bolt Recovery Unit in the local hospital. I will probably be on, I will probably have to fly the nation's best
crossbow
bolt
removal
specialist in the country to come take care of me. But we'll see. And what's crazy is she's got 6 rounds in there. So it's not going to be just one.
No. Oh, no.
And he's probably going to go, wow, this guy's a mystery to science. Usually I see a person with 1 crossbow bolt stuck in them, not
But
6.
This guy's got a lot of bolts in him. And actually, Joe, you're ordering me another pack of bolts, aren't you?
I was, but I'm not now.
Mm-hmm.
Lordy. Anyway, Nutslap wants to know, well, write a book. We've got a couple books on the fire. It's if we ever have time to do it.
I'm hoping after we've injured ourselves or we're just exhausted, then we'll have the time to do it. 'Cause we'll
When
have
our
to take a
bodies are
break.
too broken. Nutslap wants to know, will the call-in show become a semi-regular thing? We might. We've got a couple people that we wanted to have on the show to kind of talk to, and I think that it would be a good idea to have maybe people call in to ask questions instead of us just reading it off of chat. And who knows, maybe we'll do another call-in show if this is something that people enjoy. Nobody did anything to get us banned tonight. That's a good thing.
That's always a plus. Moondog said he's going to send you flowers.
Oh,
Isn't that nice?
Grace, thank you for that. Congratulations on
Grace.
100 episodes. We met Grace as well. Grace drove how long?
12 hours
12 hours to make it.
to the Tennessee Wildman. That was that
to the
first Tennessee
one.
Wildman
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That was when everybody was coming together for the
Mhm.
first time.
Gordon Wallace says 2 favorite episodes at the LBO when you came across the 2 tents and the episode where you caught the thing in the trees, Jumper Gate. Is it a leaf? Is it a baby Bigfoot? Is it a turkey?
Is it all 3?
Is it all 3? Oh, but yeah.
Shape shifting amalgamation.
And the thing about that thing in the tree that we always come back to is we caught that thing, if it is a thing, swinging between the trees when we were leaving out of the area where we saw that burning light. We went back the next day to run some instrumentation to collect some data, look at like residual radiation, look at things like that to see if anything was out of the ordinary there. And as we were leaving, I just panned to the camera and caught whatever that is, if it's anything at all. But the thing that we always need to kind of hammer home is the reason why we were in that area to see the burning light in the first place is Jesse saw something jump from tree to tree, and we moved over there to see if we could find it on thermal. And we didn't even really think it was anything out of the ordinary. We just thought it might be like a squirrel, small mammal or something. But even then, it's cool to look at that stuff on a thermal. And we were just curious. But that's why we went there in the first place.
Now I'm choking, Joe.
And then we saw the burning light.
In the 11th hour.
In the final moment, I was actually, all right, I was hoping for this.
I've got to go get a cough drop. I'm sorry. The studio's all messed up. All right, you're in charge of this one while I go get a
All
cough
right,
drop.
so she's going to slide out here.
All right, let me get this set up. All right, guys, don't leave yet because we have great news.
I got it right here.
Got it? Bring it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dooster.
Hello,
What's up,
hello,
Dooster?
In the
hello. How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Just
The-
healing
the-
up, trying to get well.
How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm getting better. I'm doing a little bit of occupational therapy, and I go Thursday for a formal appointment. And but I'm getting better. I've had a lot of use in it today, so it's kind of sore now. But I may have overused it today. But
The
that's all
Dooster,
part
we
of it, I
keep.
guess.
we're gonna put the Dooster in a life-sized hamster ball because Dooster won't stop and allow himself any time to recover. So we need to have him like that boy in the bubble type thing at this point. But so what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I just want to tell you that y'all are my superheroes. I have been watching you since day one. I run upon you on a YouTube one night at work, and I got hooked from that point, and I watched every episode, and I'm just glad to be a part of the Hellbender family.
It's
Oh,
been
man.
all downhill from there. ain't
You
it,
were.
Dooster?
We met Dooster at the Dogman Conference in Paris, Tennessee.
Yep.
And we got to meet him face to face there, and we just meshed and stayed in touch with him. And he is such a big part of everything we do at this point. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been like, "Hey, have you ever thought about like, we bandied just ideas back and forth with each other." Do you know what I'm saying? He's just such a great resource to have on this, man, and he's just such an integral part of like what we do. And it's like Elvis just showed up
No.
looking in the chat at this point, man. But yeah, and like I said, and I think that when we unveil the piece of equipment that Dooster built for Jesse, which we still even had a chance to do yet, but when we do the unveiling for that, I think you guys are going to have a newfound appreciation for Dewey and what he.
You're going
kind
to
of-
be shocked. I was, when he showed this device to me and unveiled it to me, I was in tears. Literally
Yeah,
in tears.
literally. I filmed it. It's Dooster showing Jesse, and she literally just starts tearing up and crying at this point because it's so crazy. And I still go to this. It was just such a bizarre thing because Dewey unveils it. We knew it. We'd seen photos of it. We'd seen videos of it, but seeing it in like real life, and everybody's kind of gathered around at the end of CryptidCon. And some of the people that are there are great people, but they're kind of more into the cutesy kind of side of the community, you know, cute little Bigfoot memorabilia and the squonk and stuff like that. And they're looking at it and where they're going, what is this? And then people that are into like weird stuff like us, like Ron Lanham from Wildwood, West Virginia, they're all standing there with just their hands over their mouths in shock going, so it's wild. So yeah, when you guys see that, you're going to have a newfound appreciation for the Dew here and what the Dew is able to crank out.
Truly a wizard.
So Dewey, what is your favorite thing with Hellbent Holler, man, that we have done or on the shows or investigations? I'm curious as to what is your thing that you find most interesting?
Like I said, I don't have any one particular favorite. I've enjoyed every one of them. My best part of, I'd say, of Hellbent Holler would be y'all's friendship.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Friendships with but
Dewey makes me cry all the time.
but that's my. I don't know. The friendship it means more to me than what you ever know.
Oh, I'm telling you, and that's our favorite part about anytime we do a conference and y'all are coming. I'm just like, oh my God, we're just gonna laugh. We just laugh and just have such a great time. We genuinely treasure you and Dee so much. We love you guys so much, and I feel like you guys have been such a wonderful, wonderful addition to our lives, and we're just very thankful for you guys.
Yeah, definitely, buddy. Definitely. And I think you guys are all going to kind of course,
Look
with
at
this.
Well,
my Batman
he's
splint.
got a bionic arm.
Good lordy, man. So, well, alrighty, brother. I'm glad you hopped on, and we're gonna leave out with the Dooster here.
Yeah,
So,
I think
alright.
that's the best way to do it.
Best way to wrap it up.
Yeah,
there,
it'd
man.
be a tough
So-
act to follow, won't it?
We're not even gonna try. We're not even gonna try.
Well, guys, thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you all for being a part of this over the last 100 shows. Thank you guys for supporting us on this, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what we do is I'd like to think it's unique in this kind of sphere, and we couldn't do it without a certain level of support, and you guys give that to us. You guys keep us in the game at that point, and it's challenging, but man, I wouldn't be doing anything else for the world. What am I going to do? Learn how to play golf?
I don't know.
So-
But we're gonna let Dewey bid everybody adieu. You like that? Adieu.
Good night, everybody. Glad you and hope you enjoyed the show. And if I don't talk to you before, everybody have a Merry Christmas, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Heck yeah. Good night, everybody. Thank
Night,
you.
everybody.
Good night.
Thank you all.